Hi, Eddie Johnson, Breaking the Tranquillity of Solitude. Let's get the important stuff out of the way. Here's the name of the book, Breaking the Tranquillity of Solitude, and it's available through edjpublishing.com. So, last week you heard me talking about World War II and what it meant to me and the acting that I did in Oh What a Lovely War. Well, this week what I want to do is to tell you a little bit more about that and sort of go through and explain how important these things have become to me since learning more about what World War I was all about. So I did the acting. I was in Oh What a Lovely War at school, played multiple parts, and in doing so met two lovely guys who were Chelsea pensioners. Obviously, they'd lived through this, and I learnt a lot from them about what had gone on. And since then, I've also spoken to various family members and found out that my grandfather was in the Somme. The Somme, if you don't know anything about it, was probably the bloodiest battle ever, and thousands upon thousands of people died. My grandfather, luckily enough for him and for his family, survived the Somme, and he was awarded a thing called the Military Medal, which was at the time the highest honour you could be given as an accolade to a soldier who was in an uncommissioned position. So basically what that meant was that if you were a commissioned officer, you could win a higher award. But if you were one of the men on the ground, you could only win the military medal. That was the highest you could go. Seems a bit unfair to me, personally. I think, gallantry is gallantry. It doesn't matter whether you're an officer or not. However, that was the rules and possibly still is. And he won the military medal, which I've still got to this day. So doing this play, it meant a lot to me once I'd found all this information out and found how heroic my grandfather was. In fact, I heard a story that at one point, after winning the military medal, he deliberately overstayed his leave by 1 day so that he would be demoted so that he didn't have to be above his comrades that he'd fought alongside during the Somme battle. Now, he'd lost hundreds of them because his regiment had been decimated on about 5 or 6 different occasions, but he was lucky enough to survive all the way through it. So he lost countless friends. And he didn't want to lose any further friends and be in charge of them when he did it. So he deliberately overstayed his leave, and then he got demoted, went back into the ground forces, and at some later battle was killed. So doing this play was immense for me because it opened my eyes to all that stuff, and it made me realise how unimportant some of the stuff that we do is, such as me trying to promote this book. However, part of me wants to do it for him. The book really isn't about him, but there's mentions of things in there that sort of allude to that sort of stuff. Anyway, a bit longer today because I got a bit carried away with talking about myself and talking about my family. Next week I'm going to move on from all the acting and all the messing around at school and all the seriousness of death and debauchery in World War I, moving on to some of the character traits that Brodie, my main character in the book, has. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that and a little bit less dour war stories, see us next week. Breaking the Tranquillity of Solitude, edjpublishing.com. Take care, stay safe. Thanks very much. Bye.